We're connected. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I keep saying it, but it's ridiculous how fast time is going at the moment. But yeah, really excited to chat with Michael today about journalism, which is a real passion of mine. I hope you're all good when you're joining it. Yeah, joining us for the live stream or watching the replay. Let us know how your week's been. Let us know what you're planning on the weekend. It's been a bit of a up and down day with the rain today. I always do my daily weather forecast accidentally now, but yeah, it's been a good week my side. And so let me bring you in, Michael. First of all, nice to have you on the show.
Yeah, nice to be here, Marcy. Thanks for inviting me along.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. So yeah, as always, do you want to kick us off with a bit of a background introduction to who you are?
Yeah, so as you can tell by my accent, I'm from sunny Scotland. And not so sunny now, enough. It's a bit dull up here. But yeah, so my name's Michael. I've got cerebral palsy. That's my kind of disability. I'm a freelance journalist, but I'm also a big disability campaigner, and I wear a lot of different hats. If you would find out, I'm involved in a hell of a lot of campaigns, and to make life easier for people with disabilities and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great intro, and I guess the two sort of go hand in hand. I mean, obviously, you mentioned the freelance journalism, so I presume that you've done journalism in topics that aren't only about disability. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, that's one of my biggest bugbearers at the moment, because as soon as you say to people, "Hello, I'm Michael, I'm a journalist, I've got a disability," they automatically put you into a box, basically, and say that, "Oh, well, Michael can only speak about disability issues." But as you know, yeah, and it's very annoying. But as you can imagine, I love football and I love different stuff. So, disability is my kind of forte, as I say. But I'm into other things. I can speak about politics and I can speak about football and stuff. But yeah, the media kind of puts you in the box and corners you in a way, and I don't really kind of like that.
No, I agree. I mean, I think there's a scale. I think that disabled people should be able to have a career in journalism where it's not anything about their disability or about disability in general. I also think there's a middle ground where, we can still bring disability into it. It's like you mentioned, football, politics, other topics like business, entertainment. But like, in a way, that's another good sweet spot, because it's that coming into your campaigning, isn't it? That you're talking about life with a disability, but not through a narrow prism of charity or government benefits, which are the kind of cliche disability topics. But it's like, well, so how is it for a disabled person to go to watch their football team or go clubbing? And it's the lifestyle, isn't it? The everyday life. So it sounds like you've probably found that part of the scale where you're good at journalism and you enjoy it, but you also want to make the world more accessible and empower other disabled people. So on that disability inclusion side, what's some of the stuff that you've been up to there?
Well, I'm sure you've probably heard of the campaign down south. It's called Stay Up Late, and basically it's so Stay Up Late. I don't know if you've heard of it at all. It's been running down south for about 8 or 9 years, and it's targeted at people with a learning disability or physical disability, because like when they say that if they go out for we go out for a night out, and like for talking sake, I haven't got a support worker, but just for talking sake that I have a support worker, then they would say, "Michael, time to go home. It's 8:30. and they, as you know, that 8:30 is only when the party begins.
I was going to say, not even. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the whole kind of like ethos behind the kind of like campaign, and and I knew about the campaign and stuff, and I thought, well, nothing's really happening up in Scotland. So about 2 years ago, I kind of set it up, talking to different organisations, kind of like up and down Scotland. I mean, we're still fairly new kind of campaign to Scotland, but at the moment we've got people with learning disabilities involved, and also people that works with people with learning disabilities involved as well. So we've got a kind of like national committee. So we were actually meant to meet last week in Glasgow, but obviously because of the coronavirus, we had to do everything on Zoom.
Yeah.
So so we've got a national committee, and they meets up 3 times a year, and it meets up in Glasgow, Edinburgh, and Aberdeen. And that's the people we work with in these local areas. So that's the kind of national meeting, but we have local meetings as well. So, but I think it's very important to have that campaign, because you're taking people's human rights away, if you want to call it for a better word, because if you see kind of non-disability, or I don't know what the PC word is to get, it keeps kind of like changing about.
Michael, I'm really going to get a T-shirt made out of this. My thing is, political correctness is the enemy of inclusion, because everyone's so scared of saying the wrong thing, even with a disability, let alone people that aren't disabled, that it puts up so many barriers. I just think, of course, you don't want people going around saying words that are really rude and horrible, but most of the words that are like deemed not politically correct doesn't really matter to my everyday life, So sorry, it's a bit of a tangent, but it's a bit of a passion of mine that we need to stop political correctness ruining the party.
Yeah, sometimes when people ask you questions like that, you're frightened to open your mouth, just in case you see the word, you say the wrong thing. And even as a kind of disabled person, because I've been caught, I've been not pulled up. That's the wrong word to use. But like, I was in a meeting one time, and I was saying that it's a non-disabled person, and but that was the wrong word. But never mind. So it's like when you go out for a night out, and like people's getting taken away early and stuff. So actually, that the whole kind of like campaign started down in Brighton, and it was from, I don't know if you've heard of the band called Heavy Load, and it was a
band. Did you say?
Yeah.
Music band.
Yeah.
No, I've not heard of them. Are they good?
Yeah, they're good. They're not together now. They're kind of split up, but
too much of a heavy load.
Yeah, exactly. And the scale of the campaign was starting off the back of that, because one of the guys was out for like a night out at the pub, and basically a support worker says, "Come on, Michael, let's go." That was one of the guys' names, not me, and stuff. And so they hack it off. They went to Glastonbury, and they went to different festivals. And then so after that, when that happened to that guy, the guy was speaking to the people that he works with, and they kind of just started scale, right? So it's a kind of UK thing. We've got people in Wales as well, so it's kind of all over the UK as well. So it's good to see. So, but it's quite sad how we've got to do this kind of campaign,
No, it's amazing, because I think there's so many different issues that disabled people face, and we want to kind of address them all and raise awareness of them all. But I think, you know, I guess there are some that are more severe than others, but even if you don't sort of rate them and scale them, it's still to focus on one thing. It just helps get more traction, doesn't it? More awareness. And I can so relate to that. Like when I was growing up, I was very lucky. You know, my mum and dad enabled me to go to parties and pick me up so I could stay up late, as the campaign's called. But there was still an awkwardness that I felt bad that they had to stay up late when they didn't necessarily want to. And then when I went to Coventry University and I had PAs and they were done in a way that one person did a 24-hour shift and then they had 24 hours off. So it was like one day on, but one day and night on, and then 3 off. And they were all similar age to me and they loved partying as well. And so that freedom to come home at 5, 6 the next morning and not, you know, be getting into trouble with a care agency or relying on family, but to be so empowered and enabled, it was such a feeling. Now I keep joking around, like, I can't remember when I was last in a pub or a club because I'm getting married and, you know, we have lovely meals at home and watch Netflix, and that suits me fine at the moment. And it may well come back round again a few years after Corona. But it's that choice, isn't it? It's being able, if you want to go out late or stay out overnight, then people should be able to, regardless of their situation. So what, as a result of having that issue and raising awareness of it, what sort of things have happened as a result of that beginning?
Well, as I say, we're kind of fairly new, so I suppose that we are holding events, but and just raising awareness. I mean, we've held like a couple of gigs in Glasgow, and we were meant to have a gig in September this year.
Yeah, it's been a bit on hold at the minute, I guess.
Yeah. But, next week we're having our first Zoom party.
Nice.
And you're welcome to come if you want. I was just one of our members suggested getting me. I thought, oh yeah, that's a brilliant idea. So that's going to be like net flagging. There's going to be like DJs there and, you know, stuff. And we're going to have like 2 rooms as well. So it's going to be quite fun. And if that works, hopefully it works, then we'll get more as the months goes on, because I don't know how, I don't know when like they'll go back to like pubs and clubs and all that. You know?
Yeah,
could be the end of the year.
Well, and also with people with underlying, you know, health conditions, you know, it's one thing that the government says it's all right to go out, but and I'm not necessarily speaking from my personal experience, but I think, you know, there are going to be people that feel that it's too risky, even if the virus is more contained. So yeah, I think you're right. It's going to be a while. Where does the solution lie? Like what is the answer, sort of in a way, about social care funding or changing the way care agencies are? What's the end goal?
You mean stay up late or just in general?
Well, more specifically, stay up late.
Yeah. So basically, I think we're targeting people with learning disabilities, but also care agencies as well, and local councils as well. Just to say, but because some of the nights that we put on are called late, and people go to wait 8:30 at night, and you're thinking, well, surely they would get it because the clue's in the name late. So I mean, so there's a hell of a lot of work to be done, and to be honest, it's very frustrating for me to say it, but to see it. But you can't make people. You can't shut the door and lock the door and say you're not getting out until 12 or 1. Thing. So it's a work in progress, and stuff like that. But not only for for the whole Stay Up Late campaign, but just for people to get support, like during the day. and because of the coronavirus, I know you were asking about stay up late, but like,
yeah, it's a general thing as well, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say that I've heard a lot of people care packages have been cut at the moment, and because of the coronavirus and stuff.
How crazy,
So
right?
yeah,
Like, to take
yeah,
away that from people during a crisis,
exactly, and they
let
say
alone
that,
ever.
yeah, and they say that people is more acceptable to catch it if they've got a physical, disability. I try to avoid that word vulnerable as well
I know, I know.
because
Me
I don't
too.
need that.
Yeah,
So, but no, I mean, every day is I kind of struggle. No, not for me personally, but for inclusion and stuff, and getting people out to a pub when they were open, out with their pals, and what have you. So, like,
yeah,
there's still a lot of work to be done, but it's quite sad because, like, I would say that this is 2020, and things should be moved forward a hell of a lot, but they're not,
yeah,
and it really frustrates me, like, enough, and I suppose that's why I kind of like do my journalism work as well. But in a way, it's good, but in a way, it's like I want to speak about our issues rather than disability.
yeah.
And that's not me being bad or anything,
No, 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 of course not. Absolutely. But let's go to some of the comments coming in, because there's just what you just said. A couple of people have, I think it struck a chord with certainly one of the comments. But first of all, Gavin saying, superb guest. Michael has a growing list of fans, me included. I believe you may have some competition north of the border, Martin. So obviously we've got that similar love and passion of journalism and campaigning, which is I think that's why we're having so much interesting conversation and banter around it. And then Carla, this is so relatable. I'm also a disabled freelance journalist specializing in travel, and I'm trying to get out of that box, which is what you were talking about earlier, Michael, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just especially at this time as well, because even though that there's different stories about disability, but also there's different things about, like different communities like putting together and stuff like that. And I mean, for me, not to go off on the tangent here, but I mean, to me, that this coronavirus has kind of, it's quite sad how like people's dying. I've known some people that's passing away, but also there's some positive stuff to come out of it as well, in terms of better connections, kind of like online and stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's been. You said you've seen some of the previous shows, and I've noticed that every single day there's that absolute acknowledgement of the devastation of the virus with the health and the potential, or the actual economic impact. But particularly with a disability point of view, there are these silver linings and opportunities. And I think Roberto yesterday, when he was talking about air travel, explained it really well, that it's the reason there's an opportunity is that as people, whether we're at a big business or in government or just everyday people, but we do things very similarly every day, every week. We like routine, we like familiarity. And so when disabled people, when we're saying this is excluding us, this is wrong, can you look at doing it not to exclude others, but to include us? It just sounds like expensive, hard work, bit scary. But when you talk about Corona and all the things that are just changing the world anyway, we're not doing the things we always do every day. And in that change, there's that opportunity. Well, look, if we're changing that stuff, why don't we look at changing the way we are with disabled people? And I think that definitely is an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean that it's quite weird to think that because that we're in a world crisis, basically, then people realizes, oh, I never knew this happened to Michael, and I never knew this happened to Marty, and stuff like that. So, what I mean, the point is, why does it have to take a world disaster for?
Yeah, I know.
But
Human nature, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I think it always starts from me. I don't know if you're the same, but to be honest, I think like it goes back to school, whereas people should get educated more about people with disabilities, whether they're in wheelchairs or people with cerebral palsy like myself and stuff. And that's the only way that that's the only way that you're going to get over the kind of barriers that we're in, raise awareness of kind of like disability, and stuff. I mean, I went to a kind of like disability school, but like looking back now, I wish I didn't go to that school. No offense about that school, but like and I never had the freedom to do what I want, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. We got another comment from John Quinn saying, hello there from a fellow Scottish disabled journalist. You can never get too much of a good thing.
Oh, hi, John.
Yeah. Do you know John?
I don't know, no.
Oh, no, right. Brilliant. Well, yeah, maybe you have to connect and join forces on the campaigning and everything. So
yeah. The more the merrier.
So I mean, what sort of going forward? What are you got in the pipeline? What are you, or even beyond Corona? What are some things that you're excited about? Getting involved in and trying to achieve.
I mean, I'm just happy to, like chip away at what I'm doing at the moment and stuff, and trying to make the life a better place. Obviously not myself, but the help
for everybody,
people as well. But stay up late as well to try and get out there more, because we are a fairly new kind of campaign to Scotland, and also like I'm like the chairman. Well, chairman, I think very official there, but I'm like the chairperson of my local disability group out in East Renfrewshire. That's basically where I'm from in Scotland. And stuff. So really, between all these kind of like separate campaigns and all that, when you look at them, they all kind of like add up in a way that we should have better inclusion and knock down the barriers. And because that you're disabled doesn't mean to say you've got to go in that box over there and don't say anything.
Totally agree.
Yeah, but I mean, as I always say that it would be brilliant not to have campaigns that stay up late and all that, but until we get our kind of like not freedom, but I can't. I'm not sure the word that I'm looking for, but by the time we get equality, that's it. Then we need to have kind of like campaigns like this, and it makes disabled people look like we're not going to go away, basically, because people automatically assume that because you've got a learning disability or physical disability, then they'll give up. They'll just
stop bothering, stop trying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially with governments as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. And you've done TV. I mean, obviously you mentioned journalism in a broad word, but you've done TV, haven't you? I've seen on your profile that you've done some stuff with Scottish TV, right?
Yeah, I know. Who would get this face on the TV? I'm not sure. They must have been mad to commission me, but yeah. So
I think you've got a modelling future ahead of you, Mike.
But no, I don't think so. So yeah, I was on the TV last year. In fact, I was on twice. I was on for the winner of Britain's Got. I don't know if you saw Britain's Got Talent a few years ago. The Lost Voice man.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So they wanted somebody to comment on that because he's got cerebral palsy as well as I've got CP. So they wanted me to speak about that and
Oh,
all that.
yeah, okay.
And the other one that you would have saw was I got commissioned by the local BBC channel up here, and it was really about this boy went out for a night out. I suppose it's related to stay up late in a way, but it's not really, connected, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they was going out one night, and the bouncers didn't let him into the pub because the bouncers thought he was, drunk. But because this boy had cerebral palsy, he's right back at walking.
Right.
And right back at, see, the other thing as well, Matty, that people assumes, that, you people just assume different things and the different barriers in life,
Yeah.
So the whole story was about the boy getting in, and he didn't eventually got in, but he had to, explain. His girlfriend had to explain to the bouncers that, Stuart's quite bad at walking, but also he's quite bad at speaking as well. Because cerebral palsy, you can get different levels of CP.
Yeah.
So the whole story was about that, but the sad part of it was his care agency had to make up an ID card to say that I'm not drunk, I've got a disability. And to be honest, the BBC commissioned that, and I was quite pleased with that because that was my first experience reporting that. But when I heard that, I thought that's quite sad actually, that they've got to make a pass up to say, I'm not, drunk for better, and it was polite there when I
need a card.
Yeah. But so he's going to carry that card about with him to everywhere that he goes to. And I mean, he's 35, so he's not, but so that's what you're up against. And I suppose it's the same for you are and all over the UK or maybe all over the world, I suppose.
I think unfortunately it is, but I am an optimist and positive person. There has been improvement, and I still think things will get better. But you're right. It's a bit crazy that we're still having these conversations and these things happening today at all. As you know, Michael, I've got to wrap up a bit earlier today because of a few meetings this afternoon. But Gavin's saying, which subject have you been covering in your interviews recently, and do you have a YouTube channel? So I think you've discussed some of the things you've been covering in your interviews. But what's your YouTube? Have you got a YouTube channel?
Yeah. I feel embarrassed now because I don't know my name of my YouTube channel. That's terrible. But if you just look for Michael McEwan, I think it's the second one that comes up. And just quickly, if I can tell a quick story about YouTube, a couple of years ago, that my partner was saying to me, Michael, you should set up a YouTube channel and do like vlogs and all that. And I said, no. But because of the coronavirus, then I was sitting down one night and I think I saw Facebook, because Facebook was full of people's videos and live videos and stuff. And I was thinking, well, I need to do something about this. So I set up a YouTube channel about 8 weeks ago, but every night I post different videos about different subjects. But the good thing about it is I'm trying to get away from disability sometimes as well and speak about like Black Lives Matters or whatever kind of thing, So so that's the history behind my YouTube channel.
Brilliant. Well, you can always stick on my Facebook and on LinkedIn are the two bigger audiences. Feel free to stick the link afterwards as well, Michael. Yeah.
Well, do. Cheers for that. Yeah.
And then John says, I live in England, been here since I was 7. I had no choice. Still got the accent though. Michael, I've just followed you on Twitter. So you've got a new Twitter follower there, Michael.
Got a new fan. Yeah.
There you go. Cool. Well, was there anything else you wanted to mention before we wrap up?
No, I mean that was basically that was basically it and stuff. So I mean, I'm hoping for more kind of like TV radio work in the future and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, like, from what I know from my story and what, some other marketers I follow, like, keep doing your own thing and opportunities come. But it's that being constant and regular is the key. And when you start, and I was, a mentor and partner was reminding me this on Tuesday, more in the business side than the media side. But when you feel like nothing's happening and you feel a bit tired and you're wondering if it's worth it and if it's going to work out, if you push through, it always does work out. And the key is not giving up. So I think what you do is brilliant, Michael. I love your ways and all the work you're doing, and I think just keep putting that content out, and I'm sure other media opportunities will come your way. And if not, in this day and age, just build your own channel, and you'll have thousands of viewers watching your own videos, and then you get sponsors on your own video, and you don't even need a TV channel. So either way, just keep doing it. Like, you are a journalist, and you can talk about and care about what you choose to do. So just keep being you, mate, and I'm excited to see how things develop. And let me know about that party as well.
Yeah, but I'll send you an invite, and it'll be good for you to come along and maybe like just have a good time. And the good thing about stay up late is next week people don't really have to go away early because they're in the house anyway. So, but if they do go away early, I'll be like, why are you going to be early? Because you're in your house, hey ho. But yeah, thanks for inviting me on, Matt, and it was good to meet you.
Yeah, you too, mate. You too. Yeah, I really enjoyed today. And everyone watching, if you've got any other questions or any thoughts for Michael, just find him on social media, and Michael's going to post his couple of links on some of the threads afterwards. Have a great weekend. I hope you've had a good week, and I'll be back Monday for the next episode. And yeah, thank you again, Michael.